Welcome to this third day of live talks on the main blockages in dating and how to overcome those blockages. So today we talk about trust. The lack of trust, difficulty to trust is the other main issue that is coming from our conditioning. So we're going to talk about how it shows up, where it's coming from, and what to do when you feel you lack trust, that you have difficulty to trust your partners or people that you date. So first thing is, let's talk about how it shows up when you lack trust. So you might have a lot of negative limiting belief, negative thoughts about the people that you're dating. So if you're into men, you may have some thoughts about men being so and so, that those thoughts are not helping you. And those thoughts are creating a sense of separation between these people that you want to be dating, and yourself, right? Another way that this lack of trust may be showing up is you picking partner, unconsciously, of course. We always talk about this unconscious, unintentional way of acting, picking partner with whom there is maybe no potential future, no realistic future. So people who are have a big age gap or cultural differences, not that it is a problem in itself, but if there is a pattern, if you tend to attract those people and then the relationship cannot grow, it might be a subconscious strategy. Other ways that lack of trust is showing up is feeling jealous, feeling insecure in your relationship, not believing what your dates or partners are telling you, doubting their honesty, often expecting the worst to happen. Many of my clients, they tell me they feel like the rug is going to be pulled underneath their feet, like something's bad's going to happen to them. They're going to be stabbed in the back, especially when the relationship is feeling good. So you want to feel good, but there is this like thing in the background, like, oh no, don't trust fully, don't open up, something bad is going to happen to you. So these are different behaviors that can be telling you, okay, I'm lacking trust in general. What's important to understand is what's really happening is that a part of you believes that being close to someone, being intimate, means being vulnerable, means danger. So a part of you is associating closeness and love with danger. So maybe you experience something that's made you believe that, maybe there was a real circumstance about that, or maybe that was your perception that at some point being loved, being open, being vulnerable was dangerous. So this part, either you picked it up in your childhood, either you picked it up in your past relationship, you got your heart broken and you're like, now my heart is closed, I'm gonna build this armor and I'm gonna protect myself by creating this distance through those different mechanisms that are really protective mechanisms. So this is how we are wired, our brain, our nervous system, they want to keep us safe. This is their main job, is survival. So this is why they put in place those behaviors, and they are on the lookout for threats. So this tension in your body that you're going to be feeling, and this anxiety and these thoughts are going to be like, oh, where is the danger? Am I going to get hurt again? Am I going to get rejected? Am I going to get abandoned? So those are, strategy to protect you. And you can do this by shutting down, running away, pushing partners away, creating fights, picking up fights, so to create that distance. The common experience, you can have different strategy, but the common experience is that, that desire for distance, and that tension, that anxiety in your body, that closeness in your body. So again, this is going to be my main message over and over again. It is possible to change that. Noticing that you have difficulty to trust, which most of us have, is not a problem. You can change it. You can build trust. And the main key here is building this trust inside, within yourself. And you can do this through different ways. Well, I want to come back to the first thing is to noticing, to see those patterns, those behaviors. So as I was saying yesterday, when you see things, then you can change them. You are in a place of agency. So having curiosity about how is this lack of trust maybe showing up in your life, in your relationship. And from there, okay, what can I do? I can work on building trust inside, within myself. Because I say often, building trust is really an inside job. And it's really about, how do we build trust? This is a big question. It's really about your relationship with yourself, your connection with yourself. It's between you and you. This is where everything happens, and then whatever happens in your life, somebody rejecting you, an incident happening, then it happens. But you are able to cope with it because of this deep intimacy that you have grown with yourself. So this intimacy starts first with this feeling of worthiness. I talked about it yesterday, about growing self-love and worthiness. So feeling worthy, knowing that you're worthy, and being loving with yourself. This is really something very important. And especially loving yourself when things are hard. Because when you are maybe rejected in your relationship, when you're dating, the way you're going to deal with yourself, take care of yourself, is going to send the signals, I'm here for me. Like, whatever happens, I'm here for myself. So this is the first thing, this worthiness and self-love piece that I mentioned yesterday. Then what I want to talk about today that is so important is this connection with yourself, this deep intimacy. And this is at all levels. So we can think about being intimate, being aware, being conscious about our thoughts, about our minds. And we can do journaling, we can do meditation, we can do self-inquiry to be curious of like what's happening in your minds. But much more importantly is this connection with your body. And most of us are not very conscious of what happens in our body moment to moment. So you want to, bring your focus within, being curious, like what is my body feeling? What is my body sensing? What are my physical sensations? What are my emotions? How is my nervous system? Am I calm? Am I relaxed? Am I tense? Like having this curiosity about your experience moment to moment. And growing, it's really a practice. You don't do this overnight. It's really a practice that you can do through different ways, but growing this thinner relationship with your body, really live in your body. This is going to help you when you're dating in different ways. You're going to be more able to notice how your body feels when you are on a first date with someone. How is your body reacting? Is it tense? Is it closed? Or can it open? Does it feel good? You're going to be able to pick up signals from your body and what's happening around you. Then this deeper connection with yourself is also going to create a space for you to listen to what is happening inside in terms of your intuition, messages from within. And from this place of connection with your mind, with your emotion, with your body, with your soul, I would also add, then you want to be taking action. Because loving yourself is really an active verb. And once you're listening to yourself, you can listen to your needs. You can feel what your needs are, emotional needs, physiological needs, and then you can take action to meet those needs. When you meet those needs over and over again, whether it's having a glass of water, eating some food, resting, you are sending yourself the message, I'm important and I'm safe. I can take care of myself. I'm having my own back. So really knowing your needs, being aware of them and meeting them over and over again as if you were your own mother, right? Mothering yourself, taking care of yourself, really intentionally. Same for boundaries. I mentioned boundaries yesterday. When you are feeling worthy and loving of yourself, it's easier to set boundaries. And when you do this, you are sending again the message like, I matter, I'm here for myself. So it's really a virtuous cycle. Same for your decisions. Taking decision and honoring your decision, honoring your commitments, being active, firm, sending the message, I take care of myself. I'm protecting myself. It's really, sending a message of self-respect and self-care for yourself that is going to build this inner trust, this inner safety in yourself. It's not your partners that give you safety. It's not what they do. It's not what they say. It's not if they pick you or not. It's your relationship with you. And what happens when you grow this inner trust through these self-love practices, through these connection practices? Well, you're going to develop a sense of grounding in your body, of presence, like imagine like a tree, deeply rooted, centered, and from there, yes, you can take on the world. So you're grounded, you're centered, you're stable. So this is where the trust is really. And from there, well, first you're more connected to yourself. So you can, as I was mentioning, you can more pick up who is the right partner for you, who feels good to your system, to your body. And then when you're really intimate with yourself, then it's easier to open, because this is what we want. You know, we want to trust others. We want to open to others. So yeah, you feel more equipped, more stable to welcome somebody in your life, to make space for that person instead of pushing them away, instead of having your guard up. You can then open, and then you can start showing up, showing who you are, the real you, being vulnerable. This is me, this is my opinion, this is my needs, this is my desire. One thing that I see a lot with my clients is that they don't feel good about saying what they want in a relationship. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, maybe. But yes, when you're really honoring yourself and being there for yourself, you feel safe about speaking your mind, speaking, yes, I want to be in a relationship, or this is what I want inside a relationship, yes. So feeling your, expressing your needs, expressing your feeling, and then getting closer and closer and walking this path towards commitment. And again, it's a practice. It's something that you can do before being in a relationship. This is the work I do with my clients, building up to creating that relationship. But then you can also continue inside the relationship when you're sensing this closing, this wanting to push your partner away, to go and do your own stuff, to create this distance. You can practice, okay, I can feel safe inside my body, inside my system, and then you can open up again. This is really getting familiar with this opening, closing cycle that we are all in, and then choosing to open over and over again, and building this relationship. So voila for today. If you have any questions about your specific, situation, specific challenges regarding trust, feel free to send me a message or comments in the thread there. And see you tomorrow. We're going to be talking about managing our thoughts, managing our minds. Take care and have a good day.